COVID-19 lockdown is worsening the food crisis in the country. The National Food Crisis Forum says while around 40 million people went to bed hungry before the pandemic, close to 30 million are now food stressed. It says government and the Solidarity Fund have not done enough to address the food crisis. For more on this, we're joined by Vishwas Sagta from the Forum, speaking to us from Johannesburg. A very good morning to you. What is missing here? Why is it not being addressed adequately?
Well, firstly, I think government underestimated the scale of the problem. I mean, if you look at the upper bound poverty line in South Africa, about at 1,200, at least 30 million people fall under that upper bound poverty line. Within that, about 20 million people that are unemployed, 10 million informal sector, about 4 million precarious wage workers, etc. Cannot survive under these conditions. They were struggling to survive before COVID-19. So this is the first thing. The second thing is that I think the government assumes that just by pushing out in a supply-side approach, food parcels, you'd be managing the problem. But actually, they've only pushed out about 4 million parcels. It's not sure how long those parcels last. In a poor household right now, between 4 and 7 people, the cost of a basic basket of goods is about 3,500. It only lasts about 2 weeks. So it's clear that government has not been able to marshal the capacity to target this problem adequately. The other point about this overregulation, I mean, it's incredible how government has tried to stymie acts of generosity and kindness from across civil society in communities. Now, these concerns have been raised. We are raising it with the Social Development Department and so on. I think the other issue is here that government thinks the top-up of grants, as well as the COVID relief grant, is going to manage the situation. It's going to blunt the hard edge. It's not. Given food prices, given the scale of the problem, we have to do more and we have to do it together. And it's in that context we set up the National Food Crisis Forum.
Okay, tell us how it works and how you work with the community to help provide the relief. So really from the bottom up.
So yes, there's incredible energy, incredible initiative across communities in South Africa, from soup kitchens to attempts to put packages together for people, etc. What we've agreed with the Solidarity Fund is that we will make these initiatives visible. We are going to do a national mapping exercise. We are going to be asking and calling on society to help us locate where you are, and in that process verify and share this with the Solidarity Fund. So that's the first thing that's very, very important here. The second thing, of course, is to unlock the food commons. In South Africa, we have at least 2.6 million informal traders. 70% of poor households source food from these local food supplies. We also have thousands of gardeners, small-scale farmers, again, community sourced from them. We have small-scale fish. In KZN right now, thousands of fishers are not able to fish during the sardine run. Barbara Creasy has declared this recreational activity, and we are, together with the scale, considering legal action against it. In the city of Cape Town and across local governments, there's been an attempt to lock out traders, and we are working with the Legal Resources Center and the South African Informal Traders Association to challenge the city of Cape Town to open up at least Grand Parade under public health guidelines. So there is a sovereignty system on the ground. We are saying this needs to be brought into the process alongside also thinking the social grant system. We are saying it's time for a substantive basic income grant in South Africa. We have to break out of the poverty trap. We have to break out of desperation. And if we're going to hold things together in South Africa,
okay, Vishwa, I'm going to have to stop you there because the audio is not great. But fascinating listening to the sort of work that you are doing, and why should the government hog all those social handouts when you can do it yourself?